Hey everybody, it's Randy Pierson here with another episode of Selling Life Annuities. I want to welcome you and I want to introduce one of the newest members of our team, Ray Parman, our Life and Annuity RVP. And today we're going to be talking about split dollar insurance. I know it sounds like a complicated issue, but we're going to try to make it simple for you. Stay tuned. All right, Ray. Split dollar, right? I've been in the business for 30 or 35 years, and it's one of those subjects that when I am out talking to agents and I mention split dollar, they go, oh, I know nothing about split dollar.
Yeah.
Let's try to keep it simple. How does split dollar work, and why is it advantageous in a business owner selling situation?
Sure. Well, split dollar is really an incentive plan that a business can put together for their key employees to basically reward, retain, and recruit employees and to make that business of itself an even more competitor, I should say, on their market by bringing in talent and keeping them there.
And the product that we're using here, I would assume, because we're in the business of promoting, marketing, helping agents sell life and annuities, is a life insurance product?
That is correct. Yeah, we're looking at permanent life insurance in this play.
All right, fantastic. And so what are the advantages to the employer? What does the employer really get out of this?
So by implementing a split dollar plan, the advantages to the employer, they get to be selective. They get to pick and choose who participates in this split dollar agreement. And again, we're probably focusing on the key employees of a particular business. It's actually a very easy to implement plan. The cash value from the life insurance actually sits on the business's balance sheet, so it shores up the balance sheet for the business. And also, as we kind of discussed earlier, it really contributes to employee productivity and loyalty too.
So it sounds like, I think what I sensed, what I got out of that was, to some degree, was that unlike, for example, a qualified retirement plan, a business owner can be selective in this type of an arrangement. So what are the advantages to the employee in these types of arrangements? Yeah,
so for the employee, what they're going to come away with is a significantly larger death benefit or a life insurance policy that they can name their loved ones or the beneficiary of their choice. So they're going to have that. It's very cost effective, and what I mean by that is now the business is going to pay the premium, but the employee is going to simply pay the income tax on a lower term rate for that permanent life insurance coverage too. So those are two primary advantages. And then, I'd say there's some versatility to it too, because split dollar is great bringing somebody in, but it also can be parlayed into maybe a non-qualified deferred comp play later on in their careers. They are moving towards retirement.
Okay. So I really like this, right? Split dollar is a fantastic arrangement in my mind because there's advantages to the business owner and the business while also providing some personal benefit to those employees. Let's talk a little bit about establishing the plan. How do we put one of these plans together?
Absolutely. And again, it's really straightforward. It's really identifying who you want to be participating in that split dollar plan. So again, we're looking at key employees most likely. They simply go through the insurance underwriting process, and at the end of the day, you just write up the split dollar arrangement that suits the needs of the business owner and also of the employee, and off you go.
So who puts that arrangement, who puts that document together?
Oftentimes it's going to be a CPA or an attorney that can help out with that.
So it's not something that the advisor has to do, although we can provide them with specimen documents and some samples and things like that. But we're not creating the document, we're providing the insurance piece.
Correct.
Right?
Yep.
So speaking of the insurance piece, then, what do one of these plans typically cost? What are the costs involved?
Yeah, so there's always a cost to everything, isn't there?
Absolutely.
So the main cost is going to be on the business owners or the employer's books there, but that's going to be further defined by the number of employees in the plan, the desired death benefit, and the type of product that we're actually going to fund this with too. Okay. So the main brunt of the cost is going to go to the employer, but again, the advantage to the employee is the fact that they are simply paying that nominal income tax on that smaller term rate that they use to calculate that.
The cost of the insurance. So sounds like the cost of the plan, the cost to the employer in implementing one of these strategies is really up to them.
Yeah.
Could be big or small. It depends on how much they want to put into it to help retain that key employee and put something together that's going to benefit them as well as the employee. So briefly, this video is coming to an end, but how can we help advisors get into this business owner insurance planning space?
Absolutely. We're here to help. We're here, for phone calls, but to move the ball forward for somebody, we have business training, we have business fact finders, everything that somebody would want to use to help educate themselves, even educate their clients and collect the appropriate information. They can bring that into us and we can help analyze that too.
All right, fantastic. So if you're an agent out there and you'd like to learn more about how to get into the business owner insurance planning space, make sure you reach out to Ray. He can get a fact finder in your hands. He can also get you a guide on migrating into the business owner insurance arena. But with that, we must call this episode of Selling Life and Annuities to end. I want to thank Ray for participating today. I'm Randy Pierson. We're here at Gordon Marketing, ready to earn your life and annuity business. Stay tuned every Tuesday for a new episode of Selling Life and Annuities. We'll see you then.